So now the next topic, what we have to talk. Let me perform postmortem on static block. Static block. What is the need, or how we can declare how many static blocks we can take? Like so, let me perform some postmortem on static block. Sir, keep subheading static block. Keep subheading static block. Sir, can you tell when the static block will be executed? At the time of class loading. Sir, static block will be executed at the time of class loading. Hence, at the time of class loading, if we want to perform any activity, we have to define that inside static block. Are you getting right? Sir, when we should go for a static block? At the time of class loading, if we want to perform any activity, then we should go for what? A static block. Are you getting? Because static block will be executed at the time of class loading, right? Next, sir, can you give an example? At the time of class loading, so this activity must be required. Like where exactly static block is required? Can you give an example, one or two, like you may ask? First, take up to that, and then we will go for one or two examples in that area. First, add. Static blocks will be executed. Static blocks will be executed. Static blocks will be executed. At the time of class loading. Static blocks will be executed at the time of class loading. At the time of class loading. At the time of class loading. Hence, at the time of class loading. Hence, at the time of class loading. At the time of class loading. If we want to perform any activity. At the time of class loading, if we want to perform any activity, we have to define that inside static block. We have to define that inside static block. Okay, that's all. Sir, now you people may have the doubt. Sir, can you explain when exactly static block is required? There are one or two examples I will discuss so that you people can feel comfortable, right? Best example. Sir, I have at the time of class loading, I want to load corresponding native libraries. Are you getting, sir? At the time of class loading, I want to load corresponding native libraries. So we have to define this activity, loading native libraries. We have to define this activity inside static block. Okay, this is because at the time of Java class loading only, the corresponding native libraries should be loaded. That's why at the time of class loading, this activity should be performed. That's why this activity we have to define inside static block. Is it clear, right? Okay. Now, best example. Here observe class test I am taken. Sir, here static block I am taken. Static block. Within that, sir, we have system class contain system dot load library. Are you getting? Load library. System class contain one method, load library. Now you have to provide native library path. Native library path we can provide. Then happily at the time of Java class loading only, the corresponding native libraries will be loaded. Are you getting that? Okay, this is. Sir, it is, don't feel only for our classes this type of arrangement. Every predefined class which require native libraries, this activity should be performed at the time of class loading only. Are you getting that? So I will show this one. First add this point. At the time of example 1, at the time of Java class loading, 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 the corresponding native libraries should be loaded. The corresponding native libraries should be loaded. Hence, the corresponding native libraries should be loaded. Hence, we have to define this activity we have to define this activity inside a static block. We have to define this activity inside a static block. We have to define this activity inside a static block. Inside a static block, inside a static block. Okay, take this example. Class test. I'm taking static block. System dot load library. Class test static block. System dot load library of native library path. Load library of native library path. So I hope you people can aware, sir, at the time of class loading, the corresponding native libraries should be loaded. That's why we have to define that activity inside static block. Clear for all of you that you got this? Sir, now let me explain. Yeah, so this is even for predefined classes also this rule is there, not my own creation. Just observe. Let me take some object class. Sir, object dot java. Do you know? So we can, I have object dot java file is there. Sir, this is object dot java. It's not my own. Copyright Sun Microsystems like. Do you know? So public class object. Do you know? So static block. Within the static block, what is the method is there? Register native. Just like our system.load library, their own method is nothing but register native. So this thing is happening inside a static block. Are you getting that? Okay, this is because inside object class there are several native methods are there. Best example, so hash code method is the native method, or wait method is the native method. That's why the corresponding native library should be loaded at the time of class loading only. Okay, this is object class. Now let me take some other classes. Any class you can take. Suppose thread class. Now let me take thread.java. In the thread class, there are several native methods are there. Start method is the native method. Are you getting? So next yield method is the native method. Next and after that, wait method is the native. I mean wait is related to object. There are several native methods are there. Now can you please cross check? Sir, have you observed public class thread implements runnable? Make sure register native is the first thing. Are you getting? First thing. So here static block. What is this one? Within the static block, register native. So that's why at the time of Java class loading, the corresponding native library should be loaded. That's why this activity we have to define where? Inside a static block. Are you getting? Sir, there are some cases where static block requirement is there. One such area is nothing but like this one. Example 2. Second example, just observe. This example is also very important example. Here see. Example 2. Sir, I have JDBC application is there. I hope you people may familiar with the JDBC program. Core Java JDBC. Sir, can you tell J2SE or JSE JDBC example? What are various steps? First step. Can you spell out what is the first step? Register driver is the first step. What is the first one? Load driver class. Load driver. So do you know class dot for name of, like we are doing, just we are loading, that's all. So we are not doing any extra thing. Class dot for name of driver class name, load driver class. Second thing is immediately we can ask, hey, driver manager, please give the connection object. Are you getting? Connection, get connection object. Get connection object. Correct or not? So connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. So who is going to provide connection object? Driver manager. Next, third activity, prepare statement. Can you please prepare statement object? Prepare statement. Okay, methods are there. Prepare statement, like we have some methods. Once a statement is ready, then you can execute query. Correct or not? Execute query. Okay, of course methods are there and so on. And after executing query, we are going to get what? Result set. Now use a result set. To get the data. So usually for very basic core Java application is nothing but these are the things. Load the driver class. So you can ask a connection object and so on. But now my point is, within the system there may be a chance of multiple database drivers. You can install multiple drivers, Oracle driver, MySQL driver, DB2 driver, like. Now driver manager is responsible to give that connection object for our driver class. But now my question is, just we are loading, after loading driver class, immediately I'm asking, oh driver manager, can you please give connection object? Okay, like how the driver manager can aware about our loaded driver class? Are you getting? After loading database driver class, compulsory we have to register that driver with the driver manager. Am I performing registration anywhere? No, just after load, driver manager, give the connection object. Prepare statement, dot, 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 dot. So where you did registered with the driver manager, we are not responsible for that activity even though it is required. What is the reason is, inside every database driver class, assume that, so this is class DB driver. Now observe this one, Anna. Class database driver class. Okay, inside every database driver class there is one static block is there. Register this driver with the driver manager. Register this driver with the driver manager is nothing but like. Are you getting? Sir, can you please register this driver with the driver manager is nothing but like I'm taking. Are you getting? So sir, can you tell, is it? So because of this static block, we are not responsible for this activity, right? Whenever we are loading driver class, automatically, yes, this static block is going to execute. Automatically registering with the driver manager is happening. We are not responsible to do this activity. Are you getting that? As per JDBC specification, this is mandatory for every driver class. If we are designing our own driver class, compulsory this one should be there. As per JDBC specification, this rule is there. That's why in our sequence, yes, the second step is not there. I mean, register with the driver manager, that step is not there. Directly we are asking at the second step, oh driver manager, can you please give connection object, like. Are you able to understand? So there are some cases where static block play important role. I hope by seeing these examples you can add example 2. After loading every database driver class, 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 we have to register driver class with the driver manager. We have to register driver class with the driver manager. We have to register driver class with the driver manager. Driver class with the driver manager. With the driver manager. We have to register driver class with the driver manager. But inside database driver class, inside database driver class, there is a static block. Inside database driver class, there is a static block. There is a static block. There is a static block to perform this activity. There is a static block to perform this activity. There is a static block to perform this activity. And we are not responsible. To register explicitly. We are not responsible to register explicitly. Okay, take this example. Class DB driver, static block, next register this driver with the driver manager. Register this driver with the driver manager. Register this driver with the driver manager. That's all. Are you getting the point, right? So what is the need of static block? At the time of class loading, if we want to perform certain activity automatically, then we should go for what? Static block, right? Are you able to understand? Okay, this is. Next, within a class, how many static blocks we can take? How many static blocks we can take? Any number, no problem at all. But all these static blocks will be executed from top to bottom. Are you getting that? Okay, in our sequence you saw first static block, and then second static block, and then third static block, like add. Take a note. Within a class, we can declare any number of static blocks. Within a class we can declare any number of static blocks. Within a class we can declare any number of static blocks. Any number of static blocks. But all these static blocks will be executed. But all these static blocks will be executed from top to bottom. But all these static blocks will be executed from top to bottom. All these static blocks will be executed from top to bottom. That's all. Are you able to understand? So make sure these are things you people should aware clearly, right? Not required to keep any explanation about the terminology, right? Okay, this is. Now the next one, okay, here make sure based on this what kind of possibility to ask in the interview room. Maybe a chance to ask, sir, without writing main method, I don't want to write main method. Is it possible to print some statements to the console or not? What answer you can tell? Is it possible to print some statement to the console or not? Yes, by using what? Static block. Correct or not? Okay, add. Better to take question number 1. Without writing main method, is it possible without writing main method? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Without writing main method, is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? What the answer you can able to tell? Yes, by using static block. Add. Yes, by using static block. Okay, so now observe, if you want, see this one, class test. Okay, class test. I'm taking static block. Static block. Class test static block. Within the static block, system.out.println, hello, I can print. And then, do you know, static block printed, executed, and after that my JVM always searches for main method, but the main method is not there. Immediately we will get what? No such method, error colon main, pass. No, don't search for main method, because my job already completed. Here only shut down the JVM. Then what I have to do, Anna? System dot exit of 0. Now it won't search for the main. Immediately at this line only stopped. What is the output by default we are going to get is hello, I can print. Sir, if this line is not there, system.exit is not there, then no such method, error colon main. Are you getting that? Okay, this. So let me execute this code. Here see. Just observe. Here I am taking. So just have a look once. Sir, I am taking static block. Okay, I am taking static block. Hello. Here, hello, I can print. Like this I am taking. Now see what the answer by default we are going to get. Sir, compiles fine, no problem at all. What the answer is? Hello, I can print. And then exception in the thread main, no such method error colon main. Is it clear, right? No such method error colon main. Now I am taking after this, so system dot exit of 0. system dot exit of 0, like this I'm taking. If I can take system dot exit of 0, okay, the code compiles fine. But now just hello I can print, that's all. Is nothing but the control got stopped. Okay, it won't search for the main method, right? Okay, take this example. Class test static block. Hello I can print system dot exit of 0. Hello I can print system dot exit of 0. What is the output? By default we are going to get hello I can print. Completed, right? Make sure you people should aware. Hello I can print, like terminology is very clear for you. Okay, next one. Next example 2. Better to take question number 2, second question. Without writing main method, under static block. Have you observed? Main method we should not write, static block we should not write. Without writing main method, under static block, is it possible to print? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Can you tell what the answer? Sir, main method we should not write, and the static block we should not write. Is it possible to print some statements to the console? What answer we can tell? Yes or no? Perfectly. Now, main method we should not write, static block we should not write. Is it a valid or not? Yes. Valid or invalid? 100% pakka. We can. Very fortunate thing, there are multiple ways are there. Not one or two ways. There are multiple ways are there for this. What is our rule? Main method we should not write, and static block we should not write. Static block we can't, main method we can't. But still I want to print some statement to the console. What is that option? Here see, multiple ways are there. Let me take first way. Sir, here I am taking class test. Sir, I am not doing any fraud. Observe. Valid only. Class test. Static int x is equal to static int x. I am declaring one static variable. X is equal to m1 method. Because assignment of this static variable means execute m1 return something, that return value I will assign to x. Now public static int m1, public static int m1, yeah, system.out.println, hello I can print. Okay, I am keeping, and then don't continue further. System.exit of 0. Okay, method call. My JVM is going to shut down. But syntactical requirement, this method returns what? Int value. That's why some return 10, like I am taking. Return 10 like this I am taking, right? Okay. Now can you tell if I can take like this? First step, identification of static members. Two static members. Second step, execution of static variable assignment. Static variable assignment means main method we have to execute. M1 method we have to execute. M1 method we have to execute means hello I can print. My JVM is going to be shut down. Are you getting? Am I writing any main method? No. Am I writing any static block? No. Without writing main method and static block, is it possible to print some statement to the console? Is nothing but what the answer we can tell? Yes. Okay. Just observe this one. Sir, I am taking here. So static int x is equal to m1 method. Index is equal to m1. So now here my method is public static int m1. So Sir, you people may feel, sir is showing old output only, like, let me change something. Hi, I can print. Okay, and then return 10, like I'm taking. Now observe this example well. Compiles fine. What the answer we are going to get? Hi, I can print. Are you getting? So without writing main method under static block, is it possible to print some statement to the console or not? Yes, perfectly. There are no problems at all. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is. Sir, you may ask, sir, there are multiple ways are there, but you are telling only one way. What is about remaining? Just observe. Listen, here I am taking, this is one. Now second way. Here see. Sir, class test. I am taking class test. Okay. Static test t is equal to new test. Static test t is equal to new test. I am taking. Sir, have you observed? Static test t is equal to new test. Like I am taking. Okay. Now my target is, sir, whenever we are creating an object, do you know, constructor will be executed or instance block will be executed. You know, for every, just like static block, instance block is also there. Instance block will be executed at the time of object creation. That's why static test t is equal to new test. Now just curly brace open. Now do you know, just the curly brace open and close, this one is nothing but what? Instance block. Now here system.out.println, hello I can print, and then boss, the work already completed. Now what I can take? System.exit of 0. System.exit of 0. Can you tell what is the output by default we are going to get? Hello, because identification of static members. How many static members are there? Only one. Static test t. Second step, execution of static variable assignments and static block. Sir, execution of static variable assignment t is equal to new test. Whenever we are creating an object, automatically instance block will be executed. Are you getting that? That's why. So this one itself, the output, hello I can print, my JVM is going to shut down like second. Okay, second option. Third possibility, very easy, nothing. Here see. Sir, I am taking class test static, class test static test t. Sir, static test t, just I am taking is equal to new test. Static test t is equal to new test. Sir, whenever we are creating an object, automatically constructor will be executed. Correct or not? That's why here I am taking test constructor system.out.println, hello I can print. And then system.exit of 0, like system.exit of 0, like this we can able to do. Are you able to understand that? Okay, this is. Now let me execute these parts also. Now just observe, static test t is equal to new test. Static test t is equal to new test. Now I am taking just instance block now. Let me take instance block. Hello. So this is. You people may feel, sorry, showing old output only. That's why let me change something. Hello. Okay. Hi. Hello. Hi. I can print. Okay, like. Now observe this. Compiles fine. What the answer? Hello. Hi. I can print. Now I am taking constructor. Third way. Constructor. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. I can print. Now observe what the answer. Hello, hi, I can print. Are you getting? So without writing main method under static block, is it possible to print some statement to the console or not? Yes, of course there are multiple ways are there. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, at this point. What question you can you repeat once again? Without writing main method under static block, is it possible to print some statement to the console? Yeah, at the answer. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes, of course, there are multiple ways. Yes, of course, there are multiple ways. Yes, of course, there are multiple ways. Multiple ways, multiple ways. Okay, take all these options. Take all. Class test. Static int x is equal to m1. Next, public static int m1. System.out.println. Hello, I can print. Hello, I can print, like first one, second one, third one, like. Completed, right? Class test. Static int x is equal to m1. Static int x is equal to m1. Next, public static int m1. System.exit of 0. Okay, completed, right? Okay, there are multiple ways, but here very important twist you people should aware. Whatever the examples I covered here and the previous example, all these are things applicable only up to 1.6 version. From 1.7 version onwards, to start a program execution, main mandatory. Are you getting? Sir, without writing main method, is it possible to print some statement to the console or not? Answer is yes, by using static block until 1.6 version. But from 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory to start your program execution. Clear for all of you, right? In the main method, so in the language fundamentals main method I explained this point. So this is, make sure you should aware. Take a note. From 1.7 version onwards, from 1.7 version onwards, 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory. From 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory. Main method is mandatory to start a program execution. Main method is mandatory to start a program execution. To start a program execution. To start a program execution. Hence, to start a program execution. Hence, from 1.7 version onwards, from 1.7 version onwards, hence from 1.7 version onwards, without writing main method, from 1.7 version onwards, without writing main method, it is impossible to print some statements to the console. It is impossible to print some statements to the console. impossible to print some statements to the console. Impossible to print some statements to the console. That's all. Are you able to understand? Okay, make sure you people should have clear clarity, right? Okay, now the next terminology, very important terminology, what I'm going to discuss for you people, right? Okay, what is the importance is static control flow within a single class we covered. Static control flow with the parent to child. Sir, parent class is there, child class is there. Then what is the control flow? Okay, that part we have to discuss. Up to this, is it clear, right? What's the important conclusions about static block? Okay, this is. Next, what is the role of static block? Next, what is read and directly write only state? Up to this we covered. Okay, now keep submitting. Static control flow. Static control flow. Static control flow in. Static control flow in parent to child relationship. Static control flow in parent to child relationship. Static control flow in parent to child relationship. Parent to child relationship. Okay, let me go for a simple example for this concept, right? Now in parent to child, how the flow by default will be there. Let me take one example here. See, observe carefully, Anna. Here I am taking class base class. I am taking class base class and static int, and static int I is equal to 10. Static int I is equal to 10. Static block I am taking. Within the static block, sir, I am calling M1 method also. Same code only. Okay, this M1 method. System.out.println base static block. Sir, base static block. Like I am taking base class static block. And then public static void main string array args. Sir, child class. Public static void main string array args. Here M1 method, sorry, main method, M1 method, and system.out.println base main, SOP of base main, like this I am taking. Next, here public static void M1 method, within that system.out.println of J. Next, static block, of course, static int j is equal to 20. Sir, when compared with our last example and this example, where is the difference? Only one difference. Second static block I didn't take, except that remaining program is the same. Second static block I didn't take. Now this is the base class. Now let me go for derived class also. Sir, I want to write derived class also. Class, sir, class derived, class derived extends, class derived extends base, class derived extends base. Now here static int x is equal to 100. Static int x is equal to 100. Now static block I am taking. Static block, within that I am calling M2 method. Static block M2 method. System.out.println SOP of derived first static block, like I am taking. Next, public static void main method string array args. Public static void main string array args I am taking. Within that M2 method system.out.println derived main SOP of derived main, like. Now public static void M2 method, within that I am taking SOP of y. public static void m2 sop of y. Okay, now static int y. 1 minute, let me write second static block also, because the derived class I want to maintain. Static system.out.println derived second static block, derived second static block, like I'm taking. Okay, and then static int y is equal to 200, like this I wrote. That's all. So total how many classes are there? 2 classes, base class and derived class. Derived class is exactly same as old concept. Two static blocks, main method, m2 method, like everything is the same. This total program, one program only. Total even 2 classes are there, one program. I saved this total program as base.java. Sir, I saved this total thing base.java. Now I want to compile. Here take a bit special care. Java C base.java. Sir, I want to compile this total program. If I compile this program, how many dot class files will be generated? 2 dot class files. Do you know what is the first one? Base.class. What the second one? Derived.class. So 2 dot class files will be generated, base.class, derived.class. Now my job is very important, take special care. Sir, can you please run Java derived? Sir, can you please run Java derived class? Okay, can you please run derived class? Now if I am executing derived class, so is the parent static block will be executed or not? Ayo, if I execute derived class, is the base parent class static block will be executed or not? Make sure parent class members by default available to the child, by default available to the child. That's why whenever we are loading child class, automatically parent class will be loaded. If a parent class will be loaded, means static control flow in the parent class also will be performed. Regarding whenever we are loading child class, automatically parent class will be loaded. Static control flow in the parent class will be performed. Correct or not? Okay, this. Now in which order the things are going to be executed? What is the output we have to get? If a parent to child relationship is there, make sure you should have clear clarity. Not that much easier. Listen. Sir, whenever we are executing child class, in which order the things are going to be executed in static control flow? First activity, identification of static members from parent to child. Are getting, sir? In the parent you should identify, because parent methods also required. In the child also should be identified. So can you spell out what is the first step? What is the first step? Identification of array. Identification of static members from parent to child. Of course, from top to bottom anyway. First parent and then child. First step. Whenever we are executing child class, first activity what it's going to be performed? Identification of static members from parent to child. Second activity, execution of static variable assignments. Execution of static variable assignments under static blocks, static variable assignments and static blocks from parent to child, okay. Second activity is also very clear for you people, right? Second activity also clear. Third activity, can you spell out what is the third activity? Execution of main method from parent to child. I will give left and right, because we are executing only child class. So that's why execution of only child class main method. Okay, execution of only child class main method. Execution of only child class main method. That's all. Total how many activities are there? Is nothing but total three things you should aware, sir. Whenever we are executing child class, the following sequence of events will be performed. What is the first activity? Identification of identification of static members from parent to child. Second activity, execution of static variable assignments and static blocks from parent to child. Third activity, execution of only child class main method. Is it clear for all of you? Now let me trace for these activities, right? What is the first activity? Can you spell out? Identification of static members from parent to child. Okay, now observe. So first this one, correct or not? But it is what variable. If it is a variable, you know the cinema. If it is a variable, what will happen? I is equal to 0, read indirectly, write only, because variable, right? Next second static block. Next one what? Main method. Next one, okay, M1 method. Static variable I. J is equal to 0, read indirectly, write only. Sir, identification of static members in parent class completed. Now next one, in the child class. Are you getting? Now here have you observed? What is the number? 6. But it is the variable, right? X is equal to 0, read indirectly, write only. Are you getting? Next it is 7. 1 to 5 already completed. 6, 7. And then main method 8. And then M2 method 9. And then static block 10. And then 11. Static into Y. So but Y, right? Y is equal to 0. What is the step? Read indirectly, write only. That's all. Sir, identification of static members from parent to child. Step number 1 to 11. Last one. Okay. 1 to 11. Completed first one. Second one. What is the second? Execution of static variable assignments and static blocks from parent to child. Execution of static variable assignments. Now observe this one. Sir, static variable assignments and static blocks. Listen, I is equal to 10. What is the number? 11 already completed. That's why 12th step. Now I value is equal to 10. Read and write. Okay. Next M1 method. 13th step. M1 13th step. M1 means what, Anna? SOP of J. 14th step. Can you tell what is the J value? What is the J value? 0 as of now. So first output what we are going to get is 0. First output is nothing but 0 we are getting. So completed, right? Okay, 14. And then what? Base static block. What is the number for this? 15. Okay, base static block. Base static block. Okay, output base static block. So execution of static variable assignments and static blocks completed. Under static variable assignment, what is the number? 16. J is equal to 20. Read and write. Okay, execution of static variable assignments and static blocks completed in parent class. I have to do even in the child class also. That's why. What is the x value, Anna? Here, what is the number? 17. X value is nothing but 100. X is equal to 100. Read and write. And then static M2 method 18th step. M2 18. M2 is nothing but like SOP of Y. What is this one? 19th step. Sir, can you tell what is the Y value as of now? Y value as of now 0 only. That's why 0. Next here derived first static block. What is the answer, Anna? What is the step? 20. Derived first static block. Derived first static block. Okay, completed. main method I don't want, M2 I don't want. Second static block, oh, derived second static block, what is the number? 21. Derived second static block, derived second static block. Are you getting? After that, y is equal to 200, 22nd, y is equal to 200, read and write. Y is equal to 200, read and write. Are you getting? Sir, execution of static variable assignments and static blocks from parent to child completed. And this step started at what time? This step started at 12. 12 to is nothing but what is this one? 22. So second step is nothing but 12 to 22. 12 to 22 completed, right? I hope is clear for all of you, right? 12 to 22 got completed. What is the next step? Observe this one, 12 to 22. What the last step, can you spell out? Execution of only child class main method. Execution of only child class main method. Sir, can you tell this one? Okay. Execution of only child class main method. Okay, like, sir, here M2 method. What is the number? 23. M2. M2 means SOP of y. 24. What is the answer now? 200. And then this one is nothing but what? Derived main. 25. Derived main. Derived main. Are you getting? 25. So step number 23 to 25 is nothing but like step number 23 to 25 like this. So the output by default we are going to get here is this is the output we will get. Are you able to understand, right? If everything is static in parent to child, how the flow by default will be there, make sure you people should have clear clarity. Okay, let me execute this example. So let me show this output first. Okay, here see base1.java. Whatever the program I have, base1.java. Here see class base1, static int I is equal to 10. Static int I 10, static block, okay, main method, base main method, and m1 method, j value 20. Next derived one extends base. Next static int x is equal to 100. Next static block. Next main method, and then m2 second static block, and static int y is equal to 100. And our program is the same program only. Let me compile this one. Java C base1.java. Compiles fine. Java derived one, because I used derived one name. Derived one. I want to execute child class. Java derived one. Observe the output. Can you tell what is the output we are expecting? 0, base static block, 0, derived first static block, derived second static block, 200 main method. That's my expected output. Whether I'm going to get or not, can you please cross check? Here, can you please read 0, base static block, 0, derived first static block, derived second static block, 200, derived main method. Is it clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is make sure. So if a static control flow in parent to child relationship, how it is. Now that terminology is clear. Okay, at this point. Yeah, at the theory first. Whenever we are executing child class, whenever we are executing child class, whenever we are executing child class, the following sequence of events will be executed. The following sequence of events will be executed. The following sequence of events will be executed automatically as a part of static control flow. Automatically as a part of static control flow. Automatically as the part of static control flow. As the part of static control flow. Okay, first one. First one, identification of static members. Identification of static members. Identification of static members from parent to child. Identification of static members from parent to child. From parent to child. Identification of static members from parent to child. Second one, execution of static variable assignments. Execution of static variable assignments under static blocks. Execution of static variable assignments under static blocks. Execution of static variable assignments under static blocks from parent to child. From parent to child. Execution of static variable assignments under static blocks from parent to child. From parent to child. From parent to child. Next, third one, execution of only child class main method. Execution of only child class main method. Only child class main method. Execution of only child class main method. Okay, that's all. Are you getting the point right? Okay, this is, sir, better to take within bracket numbers also for the first step 1 to 11. Anyway, you are going to take this example, spell out 1 to 11 for the first step. Second step, 12 to 22. 12 to 22. Third step, 23 to 25. 23 to 25. 23 to 25. Okay, like completed, right? Now take this program. Total thing you have to take clearly. Don't take numbers randomly. Better to follow the sequence first. First to take clearly this part, this sum. Completed, right? Take clearly. So numbers and even the steps also. Have you observed multiple colors we used so that you can identify easily? So first sequence red color boxes, second sequence green color boxes, third sequence blue color boxes like. Have you completed this part, right? So take clearly numbering, variable tracing, read and directly write only like. Completed, right? Zero base static block, 0 derived first static block, derived second static block, 200 derived main method like. The class we are executing derived class, that's why derived class main method will be executed. If derived class doesn't contain main method, then parent class main method will be executed. Okay. Completed, right? Whenever we are executing child class, only child class main method will be executed. If the child class doesn't contain main method, then parent class main method will be executed. But here child class already contain main, that's why parent class main method won't be executed. But if you are executing parent class, then parent class main method will be there. Completed, I hope. Okay. Take clear link. So in this example, which class we are executing? Child class or parent class? Child class or derived class, right? I hope you people took this part also. Java C base.java, base.class, derived.class, Java derived, 0 base static block, 0 derived first static block, derived second static block, 200 derived main. Completed, I hope. Any explanation is required? That's all. So static control flow in parent to child relationship is nothing but this is what you have to consider, right? Completed, right? Clear for all of you up to this. Next, here legend. Sir, same example. Sir, whenever we are executing child class, parent class will be loaded or not? Yes, because parent class members by default available to the child. Now, sir, observe. Same program, I want to execute parent class. Sir, Java base, I want to execute base. Base means parent class. If we are executing parent class, either child class is required to load. And observe, parent class members by default available to the child, but child class members won't be available to the parent. Are you getting? That's why whenever we are executing base class, child class won't be loaded. Only static control flow in base class. Yes. Can you tell what is the output we will get now? Trace that. Not required to keep any explanation. What output we will get? Yeah, identification of static members, execution of static variable assignments and static blocks. M1. At this time, J value is nothing but 0, and then base static block, and then 20 assign. M1 means what? Base main method. M1 means what? SOP of J. What is the J value? 20 and the base main. Can you tell what is the output we will get now? 0 base static block, 0 base static block, 20 base main. I hope correct or not. Okay, let me execute this example. 1 minute. Here class, see this point well. Class base 1. Okay, same example. Whenever we are taking Java derived, the output we are getting is this one. So parent class static block, derived class static block got executed, right? Now I am taking Java base 1. Java base 1. What is the answer? 0 base static block, 20 base main method, right? Okay, add. Have we took this part, right? Java base 0 base static block, 20 base main. 0 base static block, 20 base main. Base main. Like we have base main. I hope completed, right? Okay. So now take a note. Here few things I have to explain. Observe. Sir, just of course, just the covered thing. Let me conclude. Simple. Legend. Whenever we are loading child class, automatically parent class will be loaded or not? Yes. Whenever we are loading parent class, automatically child class will be loaded or not? No. Child class won't be loaded, right? Take a note. Whenever we are loading child class, automatically parent class will be loaded. Automatically parent class will be loaded. But whenever we are loading child class, whenever we are loading parent class, child class won't be loaded. Whenever we are loading parent class, child class won't be loaded. Within bracket, because parent class members by default available to the child class. Parent class members by default available to the child class. Whereas child class members by default won't available to the parent. Whereas child class members by default won't available to the parent. By default won't available to the parent. By default won't available to the parent. To the parent. That's all. Completed, right? So these are various loopholes what you people should aware clearly, right? Okay, that's all. These things what you people should aware. Okay, now